people ask me what color I am, and I'm not really sure why, but sometimes they ask me that, and I just give them the answer that I'm a tannish color.
It doesn't matter how a biracial child happens to look, if it looks more black or more white or doesn't look like it have any black in them, we're still our own race and we don't belong to one or the other.
You're not black, and on the white side you're not white, so where do you fit?
You're not just black or you're not just white. We somehow need to be acknowledged more instead of just saying somebody's black. I mean, look at me, I don't look like I'm black or I don't look like I'm white. So I think that somewhere in there needs to be a happy medium.
There's really like no way to be black or white. That's the problem, like with being mixed. Like people expect you to be like ghetto or something, but like I don't want ghetto to define black.
Nobody really wants to touch the subject of biracial people and the discrimination that they have to face almost every day between the two races.
You get criticism from both. You get rejected from both, because you're not part 100% of them.
Black people treat me like I'm black, but then you have some complexes inside of that too. I'm the light-skinned black girl, which has its own issues. She's light-skinned, that's the light girl. Oh, she thinks she's all that. Who does she think she is with her hair and all of that? I've probably dealt with more racism within the black culture.
I used to have nightmares about half my body being beat up. You have black, so we're gonna beat you half to death. This is things that you don't really think that you're going to really say to anybody else because they might seem to be absurd.
I want to be who I am, and my biggest beef is, yeah, I'm a sister, but I'm also a white girl. Yeah. So I'm a half of both. I'm a half a white girl and a half a sister.
Because we're finally getting to that place where, eventually we'll stop seeing color as a boundary between us.
It makes me feel interesting. Like, I'm not just one race that I'm two. So it makes me look like more of an interesting person.
Nobody else can really have an experience of having a foot in each court.
That makes you maybe different, unique, but also vulnerable.
I don't know if you see the best of both, because you never are truly one or the other.
But I didn't have a preference.
I wish that I was either one
or the other, because I would have been loved for who I was.
I accepted having the best of both worlds, and sometimes having the worst of both worlds too.
If my father wasn't Lebanese, if my mother wasn't who she was, maybe I would have had a normal childhood.
I was ashamed at times of both. There was a time in my life I didn't want to be German or white, and then there's a time in my life I didn't want to be black. I even changed my last name to an Italian last name. I couldn't identify myself with either or the other. I just wanted to be me.
So you try to just go about life as just trying to fit in wherever you can, however you can.
I think the tragedy is when you shrug your shoulders when I say there's an identity issue.
Sometimes it makes me confused because, some people aren't nice to me because I'm not in their race, but I say I'm half in their race.
I'm Alicia, I'm 9, I have a white dad and a black mom. A lot of my friends are white. When I'm over at their house, my mom comes. Sometimes it's a little embarrassing because everyone's white there.
I don't think racism has ever stopped. From the civil rights, people are still always going to be racist, but I think it gets better and better as time goes on.
I don't think that you should be embarrassed because if people don't like who you are, just find somebody who does.